of the Housing Opportunity Commission Administrative and Regulatory Committee. Today is Tuesday, June 20th of 2023 at 4 p.m. And today I have joining me Commissioner Pamela Byrd, who is also a member of the committee. We have switched an agenda from next month to this month to cover issues related to CMAP, which is an evaluation criteria set by Housing and Urban Development. And then next month, we will go over the administrative plan, which is what we had originally intended to cover today. But I think we will find it to be interesting, actually, to go over this information. The first item, however, before we get to that on the agenda, is to approve the minutes of the May 22nd of 23's Administrative and Regulatory Committee meeting. The minutes have been provided in the briefing packet. Is there a motion to approve the Administrative and Regulatory Committee meeting minutes of May 22nd, 2023?
Commissioner Byrd, so moved.
Thank you. I will second. All those in favor say aye. Aye.
Aye.
The minutes are approved. Our discussion item for today then has to do, as I mentioned, with CMAP, which is Section 8 Management Assessment Program certification that was required by HUD. And I would like to invite our Executive Director, Chelsea Andrews, to introduce the topic for us today.
Thank you, Madam Chair, Commissioner Byrd, members of the public, and the HOC team. Today's presentation, we look forward to giving to the committee as well as to the public as it pertains to how we are coming along with compliance as it pertains to our voucher program. You will see today that we continue to improve as it pertains to how we operate our program, and we have a strong position that we will move forward with in terms of our submittal to HUD related to our own self-assessment. The compliance team, which is led by Darcel Cox, will walk us through, and Lynn Hayes, who is our Director of the Housing Resource Division, is also available to answer questions.
Thank you.
Good afternoon. For the record, my name is Darcel Cox. I'm the Chief Compliance Officer here at HOC. The Section 8 Management Assessment Program, also known as CMAP, is HUD's tool for measuring and monitoring public housing authorities' performance in the HCB program. The self-assessment consists of 14 performance indicators. For fiscal year 23, we are excited to announce that HOC is certifying a score of 135 points out of 145, which equates to a score of 93%. This is an increase from the FY22 submission. This will result in an overall CMAP rating of a high performer. There were 2 indicators that received either partial or 0 points. Indicator 2, reasonable rent, we received 15 out of 20 points. This is 92% quality control pass rate. We would have needed a 98% pass rate to receive 20 points. Indicator 6, housing quality standards enforcement, we received 0 out of 10 points. There were 3 24-hour emergency issues that were not addressed within the time frame. We had 175 total QCs that were performed, and we had 17 fails. So 155 pass, and that equates to a percentage of 90%. So overall, we received a 90% pass rate. However, to receive any points, you would have to have addressed all of the 24-hour issues. HOC will continue to strive to uphold our status as a high performer and will place an emphasis on oversight of the items which receive less than the full amount of points. I'm glad to answer any questions. if you have them at this time.
Commissioner Byrd, do you have any questions you would like to address?
No, I'm good. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. I have a couple of questions that are really just for my own education and curiosity. Clearly, 98% is an extraordinarily high rate to have to reach to get any points, but it leads me to ask, for our enforcements, how do we get communication from our vendor who does the inspections if there is a 24-hour level of repair required? First of all, let me go back and say, these are on rental properties that we are supporting with vouchers, correct? These are not properties that we own. And so it would technically be the landlord's responsibility to be making these repairs or corrections. Is that, am I?
We'll turn it to Lynn Hayes, who could provide more context and information as it pertains to that process.
Thank you.
Okay, good afternoon, everyone. I'm Lynn Hayes, the Director of the Housing Resources Division. Commissioner Kelleher, to answer your first question, we are in constant communication with the inspections contractor. We have established an email address where they are to submit the inspection results that require that 24-hour action to us, right away. And so for these three, it appears as though we did not receive the notification, therefore, that we did not meet these three passing rates. We have been in constant communication with the inspections contractor. I think early on we had some struggles and we saw improvement. We also met with them regularly every month. We had monthly meetings with the inspections contractor to give feedback and communicate on issues and challenges. And so we have seen some improvement. But just to let you know, we also have a RFP out soliciting bids for a new inspections contractor as well. And so those bids are due this week, actually.
And am I correct that the inspections are of properties that we don't own that are through the HCV program?
They're through the HCV program, that is correct.
So it's voucher holders living in private residences, privately owned residences, but we are required by HUD to inspect them once a year, and that's what we're doing.
That's correct, yes.
Okay. Okay, great. Yeah, it sounds like perhaps after the new RFP, it might be worth considering some elevated communication by phone if there's one of these 24-hour ones, rather than an email that I know is easy to miss emails with the number.
Yeah, we set up an email box explicitly for this. And so this is not a miss where we, said, oops, we didn't see it. That's not what transpired in this case, unfortunately.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, great. The rent reasonableness one, I'm well aware now from working with this committee for several years at how complex those calculations are because of the number of different voucher programs, the number of different family compositions, all of the various requirements, the fact that our rent levels change every single year based on the median average rents, etc. Is there any automation we could consider to help make this easier for the staff who are doing it to be efficient and accurate at the same time with getting these done? And I'm not looking for an answer. I'm just sort of throwing out there that as I was reading this, I was thinking, boy, I can only imagine that there could be a tool that could be built into Yardi or to whatever other database and software they're using that might help work on speeding this up. And but nonetheless, having said that, I also recognize the hundreds of variables that go into this for each situation, and each one is different.
Right. Yes.
So that's just a thought I pass along. But with that, I say congratulations, because it might look little to go up 3%. But that's actually huge from what I've seen, because from what I've seen, HUD rewards those housing agencies that are in the top tier quite well in terms of their distribution of additional vouchers and invitation only programs that you can be invited to participate in. And you have now put us back into the position of being able to qualify for those. So kudos to everyone who has made this happen. And with the number of 14 different criteria, I'm sure it touches everyone in some way or another for us to have performed at this high level. So congratulations to everybody.
Thank
Thank
you. for
you.
that. Yes, and echo the sentiments to the team for sure.
So I think then what we want to do is consider a motion to forward approval of this for submission to HUD for the entire board. Is that correct? That we want the board to act on this?
Yes.
Is there a motion that we could have to submit approval of the administrative and regulatory committee's CMAP self-certification to Housing and Urban Development?
Asha, does it go straight to HUD or does it need to go to the board?
It has to go to the commission.
Right,
Yeah, the full board.
yes,
So we support the staff submitting to the board
correct.
the approval of for approval, the
Yes.
administrative CMAP self-certification.
Commissioner Byrd, so moved.
And I will second that. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All those opposed? It passes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
With no further business before the committee, I will adjourn the meeting.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, everyone, and congratulations again. Thank you.
Thank you.